Go on, catch one now on live feed.
Are you live?
Yeah.
And everyone watching you not get a bite.
We're on YouTube, so just got to wait for people to get on.
Well, at least I'm not the only one not getting a bite anyway. Yeah, good couple of hours.
He'll pretend he hasn't.
I've only got £50.
I don't believe you.
Well, you'll see when I weigh you.
Do you want an honesty £10 then?
What?
Shall we have an honesty £10 note?
We had a £10 last week, and what happened?
I paid you. Yeah. Right then, folks. I've come down onto the Claypit on day one of the John Oliver Memorial Festival show, should I say, at the stunning Western Pools Fishery. This is day one of a 2-day festival. The festival's based on section points, so we've got Belve, Stretton, Canal and Claypit in, and 7 and 8 man sections on each lake. 61 fishing. Obviously the festival's going to be decided on section points, and in the event of a tie it'll revert to weight. I thought I'd just bring you a quick update from here down on the very daunting Claypit. Now this is probably one of the deepest commercial venues you come across. How deep is it in the middle, Key?
40 foot.
40 odd foot, folks, there. I think Jamie Hughes did a feature on here once on his, I think it was Winning Ways or Matrix, I can't remember where he was fishing on the deck about 11 metres out, and it was about 30 odd foot, so really is a deep venue, but obviously you don't need to go that far out and that deep. But Kieran has had a great start to the match. He's admitting to £50, which we all know Kieran will probably be £100. He's got Chris Weeder next to him, and Weeder says, Weeder, what's he got honestly? Yeah, £90. So there you go, folks. He's admitting to 15, and Chris Weeder says he's got 90. Couldn't lie straight in bed, this lad. Weeder's giving Kieran some grief here because he's got that big floating island in front of him. So Kieran went out to that early doors and snared a few on the old pellet wag. He's just come down to his left hand edge here now because it has slowed down. I've been here probably 20 odd minutes and I've seen Cole Mercer catch a fish and a few silvers come out, but I'm just hoping that the dinner bell gets rung soon for these carp down the edge. It can be absolutely phenomenal sport in the last couple of hours here, and we're entering obviously the last hour and a half here now. So as I said, it's sections of 7 and 8, and at the minute Kieran is certainly winning this lake, let alone his section. Back on the complex, Rob Swan is certainly going to take some beating. He's going to be over the £100 barrier definitely now. Paz is doing well down in the bottom corner. I can't get to him too close, but I've seen his landing net going in and out, so I would imagine he's doing quite well in this section there. And when we went to him this morning, he was on 34, I want to say, on Belve, and there was fish topping in the bottom left hand corner of his peg where the slime was. So I think he's just been dobbing a few, so to speak, with a shallow rig on across there and snared a few carp probably. And the wind was hacking down into that corner, so I think he's going to play into his hands a bit today. But as you can see, folks, there's quite mild still, even though it's overcast. Did you miss a bite then? Yeah? You didn't. He's just doing that for the cameras, folks. What are you fishing out there, Key? What deep is it?
3 foot.
Wow. So he's just come down to this left hand edge, folks, where he said he's got 3 foot of water. He's just fed some ground baits and he's fishing dead maggots over the top. Kieran was one of the first people, if not the first person, to discover the importance of dead maggots down here on Claypit. He's taking matches out left, right and centre until he told a few people, then everybody was at it. Do you reckon that's gone now, Key?
Doesn't work as well anymore. Now everyone fishes it.
Yeah. He's just saying that it doesn't work as well, that short line with dead maggots. Used to be absolutely deadly little tactic here. Let me just get up and check this camera's on, just in case he does snare one. Just bear with me 1 second, folks. Back. Sorry about that, folks. I was just making sure, because we are doing a video for all you lovely lot at home that you'll be able to watch in a couple of weeks' time of the entire festival. But it's fishing a little bit harder off site here down on the Claypit, but the added bonus to the Claypit is that the fish predominantly are a lot bigger, and with that deep water they're growing to a better size, as you can imagine. He's fishing a big old clump of dead maggots there, Kieran is. As you can see, he's come off that. He's probably going to, imagine, change his rig over and just try that deeper water. Hopefully he'll be able to snare one for you, folks. But as I was saying, I definitely think that he's winning the lake at the minute. And by the sounds of it, winning it quite comfortably. He's probably won more big matches here than any other angler. You can't see that, but that float's dotted down to a pimple. And it's just gone, but he was too busy looking at something else.
I was looking over there.
Yeah, being nosy, weren't you?
Yeah. It went under that end.
I know, straight under. There you go, folks. So it's a fine balance, isn't it, of keeping an eye on what's going on around you, but also it's encouraging that that float went under then on his short line. He's fishing a top kit and 2 just straight out in front of him.
Like 12 foot deep,
How deep?
12 foot.
Bloody hell. So there you go, folks, top kit and 2, and it's 12 foot deep here, so there's a reason why it's called the pit. And that was a superb bite. It was one of those telltale carp shoot straight under bites. So he's going to be certainly disappointed he missed that one. But for those just joining us, this is day 1 of the John Oliver Memorial Festival here at Western Pools Fisheries. This year it's been sponsored by Guru, so there's lots of additional prizes for those that are lucky enough to get into the frame, as well as a really healthy top frame prize. I think the winner gets, I want to say, I think it's 400 quid. So certainly not to be sniffed at, and there's optional pools of biggest weight and biggest fish. So lots for everybody to go at. This festival's based on section points, which will revert to weight in the event of a tie. And we've got 61 anglers fishing it. Getting some grief on here you are, mate. Andrew Mann says, come on, catch us a carp key.
Easier said than done today, mate.
His head's gone. Hey up. They're out there, look, folks. Big old roll there just in front of
Big girl.
Chris Weeder. And Weeder was just telling us that Kieran has given him all the wrong information this morning, telling him not what to fish. Typical governor fashion. You can see, folks, he's scouting for some muggers about the place. There's not a great deal coming out at this moment in time, folks, but it's obviously important that you get a live feed of what's going on every lake that's in on this festival as well, hence why we're doing the pit at the minute. If we'd come down earlier, we would have seen a lot more action, obviously, but 4 lakes to cover. Obviously, the pit's off site, so give you a quick recap before we go. I think this lake, Kieran MARSDEN's winning. Obviously, it is in sections. There's 2 sections on this lake, but I don't know what really. It's too close to call for the other section. I think that Paz is going to take some beating in this section, from what I've seen. And Rob Swan is certainly winning Stretton. And on Canal, the best lake I heard was, the best weight I heard was about 40 to 50 pound, but that was an hour ago. So plenty of fish coming out. Loads of the eye feeding on complex today, up on Stretton. Tom Scully and John Rouse were having a really tremendous early doors start, so I'm expecting them to have a good weight. But I definitely think at the minute for match winner, Rob Swan is going to take some beating. We'll give him another minute, see if he can snare you one, and then we'll bow off this, and I'll make my way back down to the complex and get back onto Belve to bring you an update from there. See if we can get into the corner with Steve Parry. Weeder on the next peg is struggling, he's told me. He hasn't caught much. Seen him catch a few little silvers, but obviously when you've got Kieran on 90 odd pound, it's not going to help you that. You've got to get amongst them carp, and there is time yet for them to make that appearance. Like as I said, it's deep old edges here, and these decent fish can rock up. Constantly looking around for a mugger is Kieran. But folks, I think that'll wrap you up for your update down here on the pit. This is day 1 of the John Oliver Memorial Festival, 2-day festival here at the beautiful Western Pools Fishery. And at the minute, Kieran's probably winning, well, definitely winning, I would say, the pit. Still a bit of time to go, but that's your update for the pit for now. I'll speak to you all soon.